Okay, so we've got our ASI network on here. We want to go and set up our COM ports. So if I go to right click on it and go to AX property sheet, and we'll just start from the top here, TCP config. Notice address comes in 0, so we're going to set our address. So our TCP local's fine because that just means the local device address. Port we want to do 2001. And receive timeout, we're going to start out with 1,000 on everything, and that time may need to be adjusted. The recount, we're going to leave it 3. That may be adjusted too, especially if you're using ASIC 2s. The pass through from ASIC 1 to ASIC 2 to get here can be slow, so we don't want to time out and get a bunch of errors in our application director. There probably are going to be some errors depending on how large the network is anyway, but we'll limit those to trying to adjust these, and 1,000 is probably a good place to start. I have ran them up as high as 10,000 before, and the retry count upwards of 5 or 6. So for now, we're going to start with that and see how it goes. UDP connection, local's fine. Address will say 3001, and these are the same ports that we use in Expert. So we're good there. Our serial connection. Port name will be COM1. This will be whatever your serial port is of the JASIC you're using. And then you need to match the baud rate on the serial to match whatever you're communicating. My setup is on 19.2 currently. And same thing here, receive timeout. We're going to leave that for now. Retry count, we're going to make that be 3. So, and we also want to make our stop bits be stop bits 2. And source address, this is the address, the ASI network address of your JASIC. So you should be good there. And we are licensed, we see, so save. And that should get us going for initial configurations. One thing you do want to be aware of is tuning policies. You can set up however many tuning policies you want. I highly recommend using them. It is a good thing to have. So your default tuning policy, I usually just leave it blank. If you want to change it, min write time, max write times, you can. Right on start. I usually leave that as a default for standard points, and then I'll just right click on it and duplicate, and we'll call this our write policy. And then inside our write policy, we can change it and say maybe we want a max write time of 5 minutes. That's probably high, but let's change that. We'll say we want a max write time of 2 minutes, but we want actually, you know what I am, we're going to run it, we'll say 10, and then we're going to run that min write time of 5. And what that's going to do is we're going to set our write points like set points. You don't need our set point to be writing all the time over and over and over and over again, so we extend the min and max write times, and that should get us in a good place. We do want them to write on startup and up, and then write on enabled. Stale time, I would change that outwards of like 15 or 20 minutes probably, but whatever it is needs to be longer than these. So we'll push that out to 15 minutes, and then we'll save those. And what we can do is any point that we don't need to be updating constantly, like space temperature, obviously you want to leave it a default policy, but space temperature set point or heating set point, we wanted to have a write policy assigned to it. We'll get into that in a different video, but this is just the initial setup. And you can put different ones. You might have a tuning policy for writable points. You might have a tuning policy for set points. You might have one for schedules, that kind of stuff. So you can make different ones to be different times. And I do recommend going and reading these min and max write times definitions in the help menu. Go here. Help contents, because it's probably not what you think. You need to read them and make sure that you understand what it's doing there.